What's up, guys? Is there like a law on YouTube where you have to say, what's up, guys? Whoa, it's bright. It's almost like everybody's like, what's up, guys? Anyways, what's up, guys?
So,
thanks for watching my YouTube video. Please consider subscribing. Dude, what? Why are you...
I make my YouTube video, man.
I know, I'm also making a YouTube video. Do you have to stand right there?
Well, everyone knows that this parking lot gets the best reception.
That is true.
Guys, this is the problem with life. Every single day you gotta deal with shit.
Keep watching. See you soon.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. I know that he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to our Pocket Party. Pocket Party.
Oh yeah, baby. So let's start that party in your ear holes.
Oh, we are back. Welcome to the party. We are in for a good one tonight. I want to thank you guys for listening. Do me a big favor, and if you can, leave an iTunes comment, a review. We always like that. I got lots of reviews, and one from Tommy Boy Love. So good. Thank you so much, man. You wrote the nicest thing. Every time I post something on YouTube, I want to thank all the nice people that are leaving comments on YouTube. And what else can I say? It's great to be back in the game of podcasting. So far we put out 10 great episodes, and they're just getting better. I've got I got two special guests today, and let me take that back. I got three special guests. The third one you may not know unless you listen to my previous podcast from back in the day, from like 2009 to about 2013. He's coming up. It's great. I'm going to save him for the end, and we have a nice, long conversation. I got a very special guest I'm going to put in the middle, and then I'm going to make a phone call to a good friend. Let's see if he answers the phone. I don't know. I think what I'll do is I'll hit pause. Yes, I'll hit pause, and then he'll answer the phone, and then we'll figure it out. I'm still getting the technical end down, but thank you guys for listening to the Pocket Party. If you heard the theme song, the new theme song, isn't it awesome? My son, Austin, wrote and played it and on piano, and then I beatboxed over it, and he talks at the end, and it's beautiful, man. And we're having a little contest. We're going to do a contest, and I want you to send all messages, any questions, anything to pocketpartypodcast@gmail.com. pocketpartypodcast@gmail.com. And what I'm thinking is if you're in a band or you know someone that's in a band, here's what I want to do. We're going to have not really a contest, but basically it's because everyone's going to win. What you do is if you do a cover of the theme song, your version of a cover of our theme song, your version, we'll play it, and then make sure you put all your social media so I can tag it and be like, that was Curtis Marsh music. I know Curtis Marsh reached out. He's going to do it. He's awesome. He's a Nashville musician. He's going to send in a cover of the theme song. Thank you, Curtis. And I think he's also going to send in an original. So yeah, do a cover of the theme song, and then also if you feel like it, send in an original song. And that way I can play them and get you guys promoted. And I think it'll be really fun to hear your version of Austin's song. That'll be awesome. All right, I'm going to hit pause and make this phone call. Okay, we'll see you. Why am I saying we'll see you? You won't even know that I paused.
Hey, Darren.
Hey, Bob, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let me hit record real quick. Make sure it's flowing. And yep, it is recording. Cool. We're good to go. Hi, Bob. This is Bob Zany, everybody.
Hey, everybody. And when I say that, I mean the 18 official listeners.
Hey, we have some unofficial ones too.
Well, those are the ones you want to go after because you keep your enemies closer.
Exactly. Shout out to Zimmer Andronigian.
Wow, doing a little reference. I like it.
That's right.
That's the party starter that I know and love.
That's right. Listeners that have been with me since day one. Bob, do you plug your podcast? Are you what is your podcast?
Well, it's the Bob Zany Show with my lovely wife, Erin O'Connor. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, over 100 episodes to choose from. I believe you did one of them.
I did. It was great, man. I love being with you. I want to do it again. I think when I did it, that day I couldn't find. I was getting lost. The studio was down by the airport, and I was like, "What the hell? Where is this place?" And then,
Well, you're in luck because of the 100 episodes I've done so far. You're the only one I lost.
I got lost, and then the podcast got lost. But hey, I've known you for so long. I've been a fan, and it's great to do. We're going to be together at the Laugh Factory this Friday down in Long Beach.
Yep.
You know.
By the way, I'll be
yeah.
selling merch. Do you sell merch after the show, Darren?
I do sometimes.
Well, I'll be selling merch, and anybody who said they heard me on your podcast, I'll charge them 10% more.
That's right. Hey,
I'll do a 10% discount.
That's great. You hear that, folks? That's right. You don't only get a discount at the Thai Room in Burbank by saying you're the Darren Carter Friend Special. Bob Zany will give you a discount.
That's right. I care. I care about your listeners. It's not mine. It's yours.
All 18 of them. I was watching, man, on YouTube, they have so many videos that are like related. Like you'll see a video, then another one pops up and another one. And it was an evening at the Improv, and man, you were killing me. It was so funny. I miss there's good comedy now, but I mean, when I was growing up and like you'd see guys that had like so many good jokes, and it was hilarious. You did something about, it was with your jacket and you were dressed like the earth, and then you go, as the world turns, and it was so funny.
Well, I'm old school. I always like to say I'm old school meets new school with a back to school chaser. You're not sure what you're getting, but you're getting something. I'm just there to entertain, just like you, Darren. You're there to entertain. We're not there to shove a political viewpoint down people's throats. We're just there to,
Exactly. We're not too cool too cool for school, and look how smart I am.
Well, I am pretty smart. In fact, it's one of the T-shirts that the folks can get a 10% discount on after the show is I'm self-taught. I went to public schools. And it's a picture of me in the 9th grade, West Covina High, 1976. And, when you look at this photo, you can just envision kids standing in line to kick my ass.
I think we all have those. I just posted a picture on my Instagram, which is official Darren Carter, of me at 19 years old, full head of hair, flaming red hair, and it's the time that I won a Bart Simpson lookalike contest in Fresno.
Well, and that, it's funny. People always say, how do you get started? That was, that probably built some confidence for you to what you are today.
It did. It was like I got $100. I won this contest, and actually kind of gave me an opening joke for like 6 years, to tell you the truth, because I would.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. You don't know what's going to lead to where, and that's the whole key to this game we call show.
It is. It's so funny because all I remember was that I won the $100, then I looked like Bart, and then I got that joke. But I actually, somebody sent me the article, and I read the article, and I realized, like, I never knew this before. I probably didn't care back then, but the second place winner only got $5.
Well, and you probably should have known it when it happened, so you could have said, do you need 95?
Exactly. Yeah, because my joke was, hey, I won $100 for looking like, for a Bart Simpson lookalike contest. Now the money's gone, the contest is over, and I still look like Bart Simpson. Which is, I got to watch my weight because I do not want to turn it.
Skateboard.
Yeah, I do not want to turn into Homer Simpson. That's why I'm like, let me try to watch what I'm doing.
But you will, because Bart is the son and Homer's the dad, and we all want to avoid this, but we become our fathers, and it happens around 35, 36.
It does. I know. My son is 10 years old, Bart's age, and we were at Universal Studios, and he goes, Dad, that looks like you. And I thought he was pointing at Bart, but yeah, he was pointing at Homer, and that's when I realized I got to change things up. But it's just the way life is, right?
Yeah, it's a wonderful adventure. Even I can smell the sarcasm.
Yeah. We talk about fitness a lot and dieting. There was a time you lost I want to say over 50 pounds. I don't know how many pounds, but you lost a lot of weight.
I lost 175, and I need to lose some more weight again. It's been a struggle my whole life. I appreciate you bringing this up because I like to relive the pain as much as possible.
But I'm telling
Now,
you,
Darren, this
yeah,
is interesting. A lot of guys, and you meet them, and maybe even you or this guy, they say they want to get back to their high school weight.
yeah,
But I'm not that ambitious right now. I just want to get to the low capacity on my ladder weight.
yeah. You, what was? How did you lose weight when you lost all that weight? What would you tell our listeners? Like,
Well, it's just diet and exercise, so nobody really wants to hear that. So I have this magic pill for sale after the show in Long Beach at the Laugh Factory, and you'll get it's just a magic pill. You take it.
That's cool.
Some call it a placebo,
Yeah. Is it 10% off?
and 10% off the magic pill.
That's
you
right.
mentioned this podcast.
Yeah, because I remember when one of the things somebody said, yeah, Bob Zany's dropping weight, he's looking good. He's walking to the gigs. I think there was some gig where you refused the ride and you're like, nope, I'll walk there.
No, I walk all the time still. I get at least, I'm overweight, but I'm pretty healthy. So, I'll work on that again. It's just, what demon do you want to approach each time?
Yep. I love it, man. And you're one of the hardest working comics in business. I mean, you're calling all these radio stations, and you have the Zany report, and I mean, some comics
I do about 21 radio stations a week. I call, and tomorrow's my day. So for me, talking to this late, because I get up about 4 a.m. and start the process.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you calling into the Pocket Party podcast, man. This is amazing.
I can just sense the pocket party going on right now. I hope your 10-year-old hasn't heard it. It's called the pocket party.
It is. You know what? I came up with it because I'm the party starter, and I'm thinking, hey, it's a party in your pocket. You pull out your device, and then I already like decided to call it that, and then I got around to the comics, and they were like, they go right to the dick jokes.
No, it's a very clever disguise dick joke.
Ones
are the best.
It wasn't even my intention. I was like, oh wow. Like some people think
No.
Well,
a lot of people don't know that when you first started doing this podcast, you call it the pocket fisherman, and no one understood why.
Yeah.
And then you put your own take on it, and that's when it became you. But when you were the pocket fisherman, a lot of people go, "Hey, what's the hook?"
What's the hook?
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
I baited you.
I baited you.
You see what I did there too?
He's a master at it. Get it? Master
But,
baiter.
stand-up it's a job, and it's a great job most of the time. But we're never paid to perform, Darren. We're paid for everything that leads up to the performance.
Yep. There was a time when did you start comedy? What?
I started in 1977 when I was 15. I was on the Gong Show with Chuck Barris.
Amazing.
Now, folks can get my documentary on Amazon, Close But No Cigar, and that's the opening piece of me. I never performed in my whole life, and I went on stage to do stand-up, and to be rewarded, I was pulled off stage by a man dressed like a nun with a big net.
Oh.
And the documentary's called Close But No Cigar. Jerry Lewis Telethon Tonight Show, all of the stuff I've done over the years, and it tells a story about me getting a 1-hour special. But the coolest thing that I didn't realize is, one of the judges on the Gong Show,
Yeah.
Pearl Bailey.
Wow.
I've worked now, Darren. I'm 56, and I can say I've worked with Pearl Bailey.
Wow. That's amazing.
She had a strange look on her face when I came out there. But I was listening to another podcast, and they were, Dave Chappelle. He, when he was first started out, he went up on the Apollo stage in Harlem and was booed off stage. So, a lot of us have that story. You won a contest, so that kind of is not fair.
Not fair.
People have actually earned their right to party.
Yep, I was a shoo-in. Yeah. It's funny how comedy has changed over the years, because when you started in the 70s and then in the 80s there was the comedy boom, and now I find comics, we have to have a second thing. We can't just go up on stage and be funny at night. We got to do what you're doing, call radio stations, have a podcast, work our YouTube channel, Instagram. You have to be connected, and I actually enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'm very connected to the point where I'm going to send a couple guys over to take you for a ride out to the desert.
No, I mean I'm connected a
See,
different
what
way.
I did there was a mob joke. You know, I was on the Late Show. It was the show on Fox that Joan Rivers left, and then they had several guest hosts, and then Arsenio became the the main guest host before he got his big show, and I did his very first episode of the Late Show on Fox, and one of my jokes was I said I was just in Las Vegas. I was playing a dumb guy. That was the character. So I was in Las Vegas, and these two tough-looking guys came up to me and said, "You want to go for a ride out in the desert?" And I said, "Sure. You need gas money?"
That's hilarious.
That was then. This is now.
Do you
I
need...
don't think that's very funny, Zany. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't make fun of people, okay, man? But anyway, it's it's an evolution, and there is a lot of my stuff on YouTube. I didn't put it up there. I do have my own YouTube channel. I haven't done any new episodes called Baggage Claim the Talk Show, where I run into comedians, and we talk and we wait for our bags together. It's kind of cool.
That's great. I'm going to check that out. So I Google Bob Zany on YouTube. Bob Zany Baggage Claim Talk
Bob
Show.
Zany videos on YouTube. It's my own channel. Norm Macdonald's a really good one. Stephen Ellen Greer. LeVar Crawford, you know him?
Yes.
Comedian very funny guy. I'm interviewing him, and we get interrupted by TMZ, who starts interviewing him and not knowing who the hell I am.
Oh, that's awesome.
You
Bob,
can't write that.
close, but no cigar.
Close, but no cigar, and that's what the documentary's all about. It talks to, I tell people you'll laugh till you cry, and then you'll laugh again.
That's awesome. Bob, thanks for taking your precious time. I know you got so much to do tomorrow and get some rest and stuff. And thanks for joining the party.
Well, my pocket has never felt better.
You guys, give him a follow on
You
Twitter.
interviewing. I worked with Rodney Dangerfield for 2 years, and I could just see you interviewing Rodney, and Rodney kept going, "Man, it's a party in the pocket, okay?"
Okay. Man. Oh.
Anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate BobZany.com for where I'm headed next, and on that Twitter, @BobZany or Zany Bob on that Instagram. And tweet this out, and I'll retweet it, okay?
You're the man,
I'm
Bob.
lazy.
Thank you so much, Bob.
You're the best, baby.
Bye-bye. Wow, how cool was that? Bob Zany.
Call ended.
Hell yeah, it did. It ended. Man, it's funny. He brought up Lavelle Crawford. T.J. Miller sent me a message when he was shooting Transformers 4, I think. And he's like, "You're never going to believe it." He goes, "I'm working with Mark Wahlberg." And he goes, I asked him who his favorite comedians are of today. And he said, your name. He said, Darren Carter. And he goes, and his boys were like, yep, Darren Carter, Darren Carter. They were like backing it up. And I go, and I wrote back, really? Are you really? I go, is this just a generic message? Or are you just spamming everybody, like joking, And he goes, nope, Darren, it's totally true. So no, on this Monday, I had that conversation, and he said his favorite comedians are Darren Carter, and he goes, oh yeah, and Lavelle Crawford. And I think what it was is he probably used to watch us on BET's Comic View, is what I'm guessing. And then, I don't know, maybe 6 months later, I run into Lavelle Crawford at the zoo with his family, and I go, Lavelle, you're never gonna believe it, blah blah blah. T.J. Miller, I tell him the same story. I go, but what do we do with that? Do we just should we reach out to Mark Wahlberg? And Lavelle was funny. He's like, yeah, what do we do? Do we just be like, I heard you like us. Is it true, Mark? You like us? I don't know. Anyways, thought I'd share that. Let's get into the podcast. I want to thank Bob Zany once again for calling in. And if you, like I said, if you know someone that's in a band and they want to do a cover of the theme song, have them send the music to pocketpartypodcast@gmail.com. Big shout out to all the listeners, the loyal listeners, the people that leave the comments. We love you guys. And coming up now is a very, very special guest. And once again, you guys, thank you for listening. Love you. Have fun. Enjoy this podcast. Very, very, very special guest today. I have my son, little boy, Austin.
Hi there, I am Austin A. Carter. Besides, I'm the guy who created the Pocket Party theme on the last 2 episodes. And I've been waiting for all these episodes to be on this podcast. And I'm way too excited.
That's awesome. Because I asked you to be on the podcast, and you go, "Well, your dad." Yeah.
Yes, that's true. At first, I didn't want to be on on your podcast, and then I thought when I was sleeping, maybe I should play along with what my dad says. So sure, and so I thought, sure, I'll be on his podcast.
That was cool. And I remember you're like, "Dad, I want to listen to all of them first."
Yep, and on that Tarun Shetty podcast.
Yeah.
Remember how you
That was
asked me
episode
what do you like to
6
say?
or something? I don't know what episode it was.
It was like yes, it was episode 6. Yep, and you asked if I should say bye or not, and I refused to, and you thought I was shy, and I wasn't shy. I just did not approve of it at first, but now I do.
That's so cool. I like what you told Mom. You said when I was, I think I was on the road performing somewhere. You said you like listening to the podcast because it feels like you're taking an adventure with me.
Yep, it feels like I usually just meditate and close my eyes like how Tarun Shetty does, by the way. Yep, I usually close my eyes and think of myself on an adventure with you and the other special guests.
Oh, that's cool. What were some of your highlights of the podcast?
My highlights for the podcast, I remember that one, when you were interviewing Gilbert Esquivel on a second time or something.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Episode 4, I believe.
Yep, I think so. And you were doing some sort of Star Spangled Banner joke, and how Gilbert Esquivel was talking about when I hear Marvin Gaye sing
the national anthem.
The national anthem, it sounds more like a love song than a patriotic song.
Yeah.
And then you said, so it looks like the flags went from half staff to all the way up. I know, it's pretty funny.
Thanks, buddy. Do you?
Yes.
So we'll keep this short. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh yes. How come you've never told me this stuff before?
What stuff?
The stuff you mentioned on your previous episodes.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of save it for the podcast.
I know you kind of save it for the podcast. Yep, and you never told me that you've done a podcast before until I discovered when I was looking up your account when I was roaming around YouTube on my iPad Pro.
Oh, nice. Did you enjoy our last weekend when we went to Guitar Center?
Oh yes, I did. I even played the Imperial March. Besides, go check Instagram Insta stories if you want to see all those videos.
Oh yeah, I put it up on my Instagram.
Besides, I remember one of the reviewers saying, "Oh, maybe I should probably teach my kid LL Cool J music too."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep, I played I Need Love.
I like it. What's your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music? I mostly like pop music, and I also like...
What kind of music?
Pop music.
Oh, pop. P-O-P.
Yep,
Yeah.
I mostly like nightcore music. For those of you who do not know nightcore music, just look up nightcore music, and then you'll see a photo of some anime photos of girls, and it's like, think of this, like, take this for an example. Like, I play the song Love Isn't Always on Time, and so I go to this sort of app called the Nightcore app, and it's only like 2 pitches faster or so.
It's kind of like the Chipmunks, but it's modern day Chipmunks.
To be honest with you, it doesn't really sound like Chipmunks. Actually, to be honest with you, it's sort of like the Chipmunks, except that the song is faster.
Yeah.
The music backgrounds are faster too, besides
I got a
the
question.
singing people.
I got a question for you. So before we let you go,
Yes.
I like to give our listeners like words of wisdom or things that I ask the guests what things they've learned that they'd like to share with the audience.
Yes.
Is there something you would that some health tips or some mental health tips or something that you
Yep.
can share with the what do you
Sure,
got?
I'll give you some health tips. For those of you who are pretty unhealthy, maybe you should probably work. Maybe you should probably exercise at some sort of track or something, like 20 laps around, and maybe eat vegetables. That might get you a 6-pack or any kind of pack higher or something.
Yeah. What's your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetables are onions.
Nice. I could tell when you walked in.
I know.
What's your favorite? Who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
Who's your favorite singer from the 80s?
My favorite singer from the 80s is Michael Jackson. Oh, and besides, my favorite supervillain is Thanos from Marvel. If you've seen Infinity War, you might know who Thanos is. The purple guy with the golden glove. I know the name, by the way. It's called an Infinity Gauntlet.
Nice. Well, you know what? I love every time when I leave for a show, you always go, "Goodbye, Dad." Tell them what you tell me.
Yep, I say, "Bye, Dad. You're the best dad on the entire earth. Good night, bye."
Yeah. And what about? And then you said something about me. I'm the best podcaster or something.
Yep.
That was cute.
And no offense to all the other podcasters like Joe Rogan and Am Carolla and Dr. Drew and
I know
stuff.
there's a lot of good podcasters. Yeah.
But I told my dad, "You're the best podcasting person on the entire earth."
I love it. I'm sure their kids think they're the best too, and they are. They really are good though. But so thank you. You're the best, son. Give me a high five. Bam. All right. Well, listen, that was our segment with my son Austin, and hope you enjoyed. And we'll see. You'll be back on the podcast. You are
Yep.
rebooked.
Yep,
Any-
I will.
Any last things you want to say before we end this?
Sure thing. I might be on another podcast. Like I might be on another one. How like you put on Gilbert Esquivel like 3 times or so.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Want to end up with a little song or something, a cappella?
Sure. Okay. So I'm going to do an a cappella version of the Pocket Party theme. Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We know that he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to our Pocket Party. Pocket Party.
Do that deep voice thing you did.
Oh yeah, baby. Now let's start that party in your ear hole with another guest, yo.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate your kindness.
And we're back live on the Pocket Party podcast. Thank you guys so much. Quick shout out to Zimmer Andranigian, Mike Bagak, and also, hopefully I'm pronouncing this name correctly, Lee Meyerhofer. He left. I love this, guys. The reason I did this podcast is stuff like this. Listen to this great review he gave me on iTunes. Loving the podcast, man. Your topics have been insightful and inspirational. Watching you put out content like this makes me want to put more positive content out into the world. Thank you, Lee. Guys, please do me a favor. Go to iTunes, leave a review. Obviously, if it's good, I'll read it. If it's not, I probably will not read it on the podcast. I'd be a real idiot to do that. But hey, here's a guy who gave me 1 star and a hate. Yeah. Why would I do that? That'd be stupid, right, Lee? It's the world's worst podcast. This guy, send him hate mail and he'll read it. But you guys are awesome. I got a buddy on with me today. I've known him for a really long time, and he is great. If you listen to my previous podcast from 5 years ago, you heard him, you know him, you love him. He's back. William Nickerson.
Hey, it's good to be back to the Pocket Party.
That's right, buddy.
I'm finally invited.
Yeah, that's right. You're back into this. You're back helping me start a party in our fans' pockets. Who came up with his name?
You did, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, carry on.
I know. Carry on, sir. That's the thing about this. Because I'm like, hey, I'm Darren Carter, the party starter. I'm thinking, okay, what could I call the podcast? And I was thinking I was going to call it The Friends in Your Pocket.
But that sounds way weirder. I'm glad you didn't go with that one.
I didn't know that there's all these sexual innuendos with the name of my podcast. Because I tell people on stage, I'll be like, and guys, don't forget I'm the party starter, and my podcast is called, and I tap myself right there, Pocket Party. Because you pull out your device, and I just start that party for you. And it's, I know.
Yeah, but it's the
Yeah.
world we live in, man. Everything has sexual innuendo. There's nothing you can do about
I
it.
know.
People are going to take it the way they want to take it.
That's true.
It makes perfect sense that you keep your phone in your pocket and you're listening to the pocket party. So I wouldn't read too much into it.
That's true. You're right. You know what? Yeah, because I thought if I call it friends in your pocket, then I got to rely on friends all the time. Like I got to always rely on like, hey, we're gonna have 4 guests on. I mean, you know how hard it is just to get like. That's why I really give it up to any band that stayed together, like Metallica or any of these bands that, through the years.
ZZ Top
ZZ Top.
had the original members to this day.
Wow.
Never changed members.
Wow.
It's like 50 years or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the 3 of them, right?
Yeah. How did none of them die?
Yeah, I know.
Because they were in that rock phase
I
where
know.
you burn quick.
ZZ Top is really good, man.
Yeah. No, they're fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
a fan.
What was the first song that I remember hearing them? Every girl goes crazy about a sharp dressed man. Black tie.
Yeah, we have one table in our main room that we call the ZZ Two Top because it sits 2 people.
That's hilarious. Hey, have you ever heard of course you have Dee Snider?
Yeah, of course.
You know, a Twisted Sister?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I just jerked the headphones out of my ears. Hold on, I'm going to lean back. I don't think I need to listen to these. We're doing good levels. Do I need to listen to? No, I can.
No, we're professionals
We're
here.
professionals. I'm recorded. Yes. So wow, it's weird when you have the headphones in. You feel like you're on the radio. You know now that they're out, I feel like we're just 2 dudes in a green room talking.
I've never been on radio, so
Oh,
I'll take your word
do you have
for it.
earbuds with you?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say you could like plug those in and see. You get the idea. Okay, so
Sure.
so anyway, yeah, carry on, sir. Yeah, you're a little bit soft spoken, so it's okay if you get close. It's
Okay, gotcha.
cool. So yeah, Dee Snider, you know, Twisted Sister. They have, you know, you remember who he is, right?
Sure, of course.
So somebody told me that he was at the Denny's over there by the Burbank Airport, and their daughter was like, "Oh my God, that's Dee Snider from Twisted Sister," and she said, "Can I get a picture with you?" And he said, "No." And
Well,
yeah, which I
mean,
get.
It's sad, but sure.
Yeah, and then I
Trying to have a meal.
I made them laugh though because I go, "Oh, did he say no? We're not going to take it." No, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. Yeah, but
Anymore.
but yeah,
I mean, honestly, he should kind of be flattered that somebody's daughter knows who he is.
I know it's true.
Because they old.
They old. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the fact that like these bands are together and it's hard to do that. I mean, just so if I were to do a podcast and be like the friends in your pocket, it's me and my crazy friends. It's like it's so hard to do that. So I kind of wanted to just to make it either I would do a solo podcast or maybe just have a buddy on or you know every now and then get like you know like a it's so cool. Podcasting is great now because it's like it's not like you know before where you what I'm saying is like now I can you know have the freedom to like you know I was talking to my buddy John Reap. He literally will have a fanny pack, put the equipment in the fanny pack, you know, with the recorder, and then have the 2 microphones, and he'll go out and just interview people, you know.
Sure.
He was telling me about in his hometown of Hickory, North Carolina. They put a cone in front of the firehouse just to slow people down. Well, the weed grew up in the cone, and then the weed got really big, kind of looked like a tree. So as a goof, at Christmas time, they decorated the weed. And it's been there. It's been a tradition for a long time. And so he's like, let me go down there and just interview people. Hey, what do you think of the Christmas weed? You know, and I was like, that's great about you know not you know having handcuffs on yourself to be like my podcast has to be this or it has to be that.
Sure. I
You
need
know.
a sound studio and
Exactly.
yeah.
I need a tri-camera,
because
TriCaster.
it works great because not only is the party in their pocket, everything you need is in yours. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is completely mobile. Technology, man. It's fantastic.
It's great, man. It's like, what can you imagine? Like, I was born. Okay, so I just had a birthday. By the way, I wrote a joke about this because there's something about. I never thought of this when I was in my teens or 20s, but when you get older, I'm like, this is a crazy idea. What a wild tradition. On your birthday, we're gonna give you birthday cake. We're gonna give you cake. You know, so we're really gonna introduce you to the diabetic world.
Right.
You know? Yeah, which is something you don't think of when you're like 20. You're like, whatever, cake. But as you get in your 40s, you're like, wow, this is a really terrible tradition. I'm like, let's kick off this new old age with a cake.
But if you know, it's been said, I don't know by who, I can't quote it, but that our generation is probably going to be one of the better older generations to come, because not only did we not live with technology through our youth, and then we got it, in our 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So that we adapted to it and we're now using it. We're not going to be we're not going to change old people. We're used to change.
Yes.
We embrace it.
Yeah.
Because we love the technology, but we also remember a time without it.
We remember there was a time when you could run down to the store with quarters and get a newspaper. And now we're like, nah, it's cool.
And nobody could call you at the store to see where you were.
Yeah.
Like once you were out of the house, you were hands free, man.
I'll be back when the street lights come on. Right. Those were the days, man. It's weird, huh? Like now when you think about it's good weird. Like the concept of, let's say, Uber or Lyft. I mean, that's a crazy idea that's like pretty cool. And now it's just accepted.
It's fantastic. Do you know how many drunk driving accidents it's prevented?
I know.
Nobody ever talks about that.
I know.
Because people these days, they're like, no, I ain't getting a DUI.
I know.
I'm lifting it.
Yep, you pull your phone out, start that party. Yeah, and you listen to my podcast while getting a DUI. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Don't drink an Uber. No, but I mean, there's some traditions that are gone. I mean, like cruising isn't really a thing anymore.
Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing. I really appreciate you guys and your comments and your thumbs up. You're damn right I am.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Please subscribe.
But like where my daughter's from in Oklahoma, they still do that. Because there's nothing else.
See you
Does
soon.
anybody take an Uber to you?
No,
That'd be really
expensive.
weird. Yeah, hey guys,
They're still teenagers.
I got $7 on it.
Right.
Take an Uber pool, go down to Walmart. So with technology. Let's talk about some things that we like. Things we like about technology. Like I said, I do like the Uber. I don't take it that often, but I will take it. I did a comedy club in Detroit a few weeks ago, and it was just a given. They were like, "Hey, we'll pay for a limo to and from the airport, but just from the hotel to the club, just take an Uber and we'll reimburse you. Just give us the receipts." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." And then I found myself hopping in an Uber every day, and it was really no big deal. It was more. I was more leery like the first 2 or 3 times. I was like, "This is weird," and then you get used to it.
Sure.
It's really no big deal.
Yeah. Well,
it's really nice, actually.
Somebody making a living.
Yeah, and they're usually like if they want to talk to you, you can talk to them. And now they have a thing; it'll say like so and so has done over 4,000 trips, so you're like, okay, that's kind of trustworthy, trustworthy.
Sure.
And I remember when I first took the first few trips, I would sit in the front because I didn't want to be rude, but I realized that's kind of weird actually. A lot of them want you to sit in the back.
Yeah. I mean, it's I guess it's a little weird either way, but they are driving you, so I think it makes more sense in the back.
Yeah, because then I was like, oh, no wonder
Unless
these
it's Uber pool, then you take the front because you don't want to sit
I was
next
like,
to
no wonder
some
these
weirdo.
chairs, because sometimes they push them up really like up against the dashboard. Now I get it. Oh, they don't want you in the front. They're like, hey, there's plenty of leg room in the back. Like the chairs all over. Because I remember one time I took an Uber and I had a pizza. I got a pizza and I sat in the front, and it was already awkward because like the chair was pushed really like close to the dashboard, and then the pizza box was real big, and it was kind of like in my lap and kind of like going into like his
You
space.
want a slice?
I know. The guy he kept going. He goes, "Oh, my friend, that smells so good."
Did you offer him a slice?
Well, because I was already late to the party, and the last thing I need to do is show up, and the pizza looks like Pac-Man, with like pieces missing. And he's like, "Hey, I've always heard about that place. Is it good?" I'm like, "Oh, it's great." He goes, "What kind did you get?" I got the combination. Oh, it smells great. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Shit, man, just get me to my destination already."
I would have gave him a slice.
I know, but see, it was for my family, and like I had a big family get together.
Your
and
family should know you're a kind-hearted individual.
I know, but still.
Gave a slice to the Uber driver.
They'd have been like, "Bullshit, you ate it."
They might have.
I know, because I usually do that, and that's usually the joke my wife does. I'll get pizza, and she's like, "What am I?" She's like, "They didn't give us a whole pizza. There's pieces missing," and I'm like, "Yeah." Do you have stain remover? Because I get the pizza sauce on my shirt. Yeah. I do things that would appear to be selfish to other people, but if you know me, I guess it's not. Like to my wife, I remember I was staying at Pechanga Casino, and they had the most comfortable hotel pillows, and I bought one. Yes, only one. And my friend, he was like, "Is your wife gonna get mad that you didn't buy 2?" I'm like, "Nah, she's cool with it." And sure enough, she was cool with it. In fact, she was like, that pillow takes up a lot of room, because it's a really huge pillow.
Sure.
You
One of
know?
those, yeah, I have one of those.
Oh, you did? They're great, huh?
I have no wife, though, to care.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not like a pillow of one, please. Yeah.
Lucky me.
I know. Okay, so technology. What do we like? We like, because you may even know things I don't know about. Like, there's always new things,
Sure.
Okay, I like Uber. I like podcasting. That's pretty modern. Not really. Not at this point. Now it's been around for a while. But I do like it, though. It is fairly new. Because back in the day, you had to listen to a bunch of commercials. You had to, you know what I mean?
This podcast is brought to you by...
Yeah. You had to, like, wait for certain hours. Like, oh, I love that show, but it comes on Monday at 7 or whatever.
Sure.
And now it's like, anytime you want to start that party in your pocket, boom, I'm there for you. Speaking of sponsors, go to the Thai Room in Burbank and say you listen to the Darren Carter podcast. You want the Darren Carter Friend Special, and they will hook it up. It's fantastic. You got to go there with me, William.
Okay.
We'll go. It's great, man. It's I don't know what you like. What kind of food do you like?
Spicy, mostly,
You would love
but
it.
I'll
You
eat
would love
anything,
it.
man.
Because I get mine pretty regular, and it's still my eyes.
It's Thai
water.
food?
It's so good.
Yeah. See, when I
Yeah.
go there, I'm like, make it like you're making it for you.
Yeah.
I know I look white. But
Yeah.
Please make it like you're making it for you.
Yeah.
I promise I'll love it.
They'll give you all kinds of cool stuff. Every time I go there, they always give me like extra stuff. Like,
Oh, sweet.
Darren, try the pears. Have you ever had Asian pears?
Oh, yeah, they're
or
fantastic.
Thai pears or whatever. Like, our pears are sweeter, like regular pears. Their pears are probably better for you because it's probably like less sugar.
Right. They're not soaked in the whatever.
Yeah.
The syrup.
Yeah.
We love the syrup.
We do, man. So technology. Can you tell me something that's modern that you like?
Video games.
Yeah.
Like, I've played video games my whole life from Atari on up to the PlayStation 4. And people keep asking me, aren't you getting a little old for the video games? But have you seen them?
They're amazing now.
Fantastic.
They were pretty amazing even like 8 years ago when
We're at the beginning of the VR stage.
We are, huh?
And I love that.
So the last game that I played Fortnite at my brother-in-law's house.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Have you played that? That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's like, okay, the island gets smaller
Sure.
and the storm's coming
like
and blah, blah, blah.
survival for one or whatever.
But when I played the Grand Theft Auto, what was it called? Grand Theft Auto? GTA?
San Andreas?
Yeah, I thought that
is
was
the
amazing.
Most recent one? Yeah. it's
That
good.
one, I mean, it was like 9 years ago or whatever, but
Right.
it was
You
amazing.
go to the Comedy Store?
Yeah, that one. No, I didn't even have that version. I had the previous version.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was great.
Well, you were back in the day.
But it's still good though, right? Like I was
Yeah.
I was like, whoa! Like I didn't even do the.
No, back then it was good. Now it's even better.
It's got to be even better now.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
It's like, yeah. I mean, that video game is
That
like,
one didn't even have online. Now it's all about online.
really.
Yeah, and
So-
I love that because it makes the world so small.
How is it? What do you mean, like online? Like,
So you go
really out of it.
online and
So
you're
back in the day, I had to not even back, even like 8 years ago, I have like the setup, and then I get to buy the game at GameStop or whatever.
right, but you go
Yeah.
in and you play the story mode.
Yeah.
which is a one-player mode. You're by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world is what they call an NPC, a non-player character. So they're AI. They're just programmed to do
Mm. Right.
something. Now, they still have the story mode, but you can go to the online, still same island or whatever, and you can play with your friends or people from Australia or Japan or
Wow.
Europe, like all over the world. Like I play mainly because I work late and I'm up late, so I play mainly with Japanese and Australian folks because that's kind of their evening
Oh, that's
time.
so cool.
And I love that because you kind of get to travel the world a bit.
Yeah. And do you, and is it just random people, or do you kind of set it up to where you can play with?
You have a friends list or random people? It's both.
Just like with chess, how you and I play like chess
Sure.
online, where it's like, oh, I got these friends over here, and
Yeah.
oh, that's so cool. And you guys can message each other and stuff. And
Oh, you're talking through headsets,
oh,
buddy.
wow,
Yeah.
that's really modern.
Yeah.
God, I sound so old. I
Yeah,
mean,
you do.
I do. Wow, I forgot. Yeah, they do headsets. That's right.
Yeah. You're just talking.
Man,
And I love that, man. Makes the world smaller.
that's so cool.
And that's what the world needs is for everybody to talk and,
Yeah,
feed off each other's ideas and know that we're all just one people.
I know. It's true, right?
It's
like
all
we're
about
not
love.
with your
And then you get some people on there that are, regular trolls. So
Yeah, just that goes along. They
Yeah,
think
it
they're
goes with it.
anonymous. They're
Good
just
and
like
the bad.
jerks. And
people.
can you just mute them or something? Is there
Yeah,
a way to do
you
that?
absolutely can.
That's cool.
And if you get a majority in the room, you can kick them out of the room.
Yeah, because the people will know. They'll be like, this guy's ruining our vibe.
Sure.
We're here having fun. And
Right.
Yeah. And what kind of games is it? I'm just picturing like shooting people up and stuff. But not necessarily though, right?
No, they have all like pretty much anything you're into. You want to play sports games? You can play Madden online. With
I
people
tried
from
that,
around
but
the
that's
world.
hard, man. You can't just pick up a controller and start playing. I'm like,
No, that's
I was like, you got to know plays. You know what the hell you're doing.
It's whatever you want, man. There's a video game for whatever you like.
Wow.
Like I play Star Wars. I have a Star Trek online game because I'm super nerdy like that. I play, which is fun, man. Go around in your own spaceship.
That's cool.
I got one I'm playing right now called Titanfall. It's big, the mech robots or whatever. So you're like a little guy, and then you get big robots. It's still a shoot 'em up game.
That's cool. Yeah.
I think video games get a bad rap, but
they do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does my son play? We play. He loves. I don't really pay attention. What does he play? Oh, what was that game? I don't know. Like, well, I know for a while he was into Wii Fit, which is cool because it's like, in Wii Sports Resort, I like that.
And a lot of the video games, you got to be moving with them.
Yeah,
now. That's why I want the virtual reality because then you're up in it.
Oh man, I know. I did the virtual reality boxing with my cousin. He has the setup, the $2,000 setup. With the machine and like the sensors that he puts up, and it's a room where you have to have like I forget the word for it, but like you basically have to have a space.
The cameras,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're not like bumping into walls and stuff. And I got to take an elevator up and then walk out on the ledge, and it's like whoa,
sure,
it's really a trip, man. Like especially at first, I'm sure after a while you're like, because your brain is like, wow, I'm really on top of a skyscraper,
right? Six Flags Magic Mountain has a virtual reality roller coaster where you put the headset on and the roller coaster goes through like you're a fighter pilot fighting aliens. Wow.
You mean you got to go do that at Six Flags?
Yeah. So you get on the roller coaster, they give you the headset.
Wow.
And it comes up and you're like in a jet fighter, and as it's going up the track or whatever, your thing's coming up the other, and then it takes off and you're fighting aliens. You got a little trigger you can shoot back. And
can you if you get scared, can you just take the thing off and
you're on a roller coaster and you're going to break their headset. That's probably expensive.
Oh man.
It's actually probably less scarier than a regular roller coaster because it's still just graphics and stuff.
Well, I tell you, I went to Disneyland and I did not like the I got kind of scared. I
like the roller coasters.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that, man. Like I got on the
you know me, I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, you are, dude. Like the I did Star Wars. No, what's the Star Wars one in
Okay, the the tour one.
Star Tours. I don't like it because I thought it was just the chair that was going to move. No, the whole room moves.
Sure.
The whole room
that
was
one's
shaking.
Fantastic.
I got
the only thing I
nervous.
hated about that was I took my daughter there and she got to be the rebel.
Oh.
I'm like, how do you get to be the rebel? That's messed up.
See, I know.
I want to be the rebel.
My son loves all that
stuff. She went and did other rides. I rode that thing like 10 times that day. Never got to be the rebel.
Dude, you are an adrenaline junkie. Adrenaline junkie. By the way, if you guys are going to be in Arizona, if you are in Arizona, I'll be playing the Stir Crazy Comedy Club. That's coming up. I'll be there in July, I think. I wish I had my calendar in front of me. In fact, I do.
Technology.
That's right, technology. I know. How great are cell phones? I mean, cell phones are like if you think about this, I remember the first time somebody goes, "Oh, I can check out your website on my phone," and I was like, "What?
Right?
Are you kidding me?" And now it's like it's not even a thing. I think it's almost easier for me to operate my phone than it is my MacBook.
Sure.
I can edit video. Well, I can edit video pretty good now on my MacBook, but so easy on here.
Yeah.
You're really good at it too, man. Like just if you
I don't even have a computer. I have my PlayStation. I have a TV, which is basically a computer in itself, and I have my phone.
Stir Crazy Comedy Club, June 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Be there.
I'll be up in the Reno area, July 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, and 15th. Darren Carter. Yes, I will be up there. By the way, I need to get did I even get my flight yet? I don't know if I got my flight yet for Stir Crazy. I'll have to work that out. But yeah.
And you can get that on your phone.
Ooh, I can get that on my phone. I know. Isn't it great? Like I did FaceTime today with my wife and son. They were out of town for a little bit. They'll be back tomorrow.
See, and that's fantastic.
It's great because I can call them on the phone, but I'm like, I want to do FaceTime. So we FaceTime.
But the downside is with the more technology, customer service starts to dip as well because there's less people involved.
That's true.
So if something goes wrong, like a flight gets canceled or something, you kind of whatever. That happened to me when I went back to my daughter's high school graduation. Was my flight got canceled and nobody even told me.
Really?
I'm just sitting at the gate.
No.
And then once my flight starts to board, because it started boarding at the same time. I go
Yeah.
up to the gate and it says Lafayette, and I go, I'm not going to Lafayette.
You're like, I'm trying to get to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I had to stay the night in Houston,
Oh my gosh.
which is Houston's a lovely city. I won't say anything bad.
I know, dude. My only experience in Tulsa was,
You did a gig there,
I did. I got to play at the Brady Theater, I think. Is what
and
it
the
was called.
Starbucks was closed in the airport, and you were pissed the
That's
rest of the
right. 'Cause
weekend.
you'd been bitching about Tulsa for a long time, and I was like, well, you know, like maybe because your ex lives there or whatever. Dude, right away, I got the.
It's not a city for adrenaline junkies.
It's not. I know, because I get there, I'm like, why would the Starbucks at the airport be closed on a Saturday at 5:00? I mean, come on, man. And I saw him back there too, you know. And I'm like, I need a coffee after flying. I need to like wake up. It was probably actually closer to like 3:30 if you think about it. I don't think I got there that late. And I remember like, you know, I've told you this story, but I'm going to say it again for the podcast listeners. I get to the hotel. Oh, by the way, the van guy driving the shuttle or whatever was like, hey, man, that's the nearest Starbucks 45 miles out of the way. And I'm like, shit, he's full of crap. So I know. I'm like, dude, whatever. So I'm like,
45
yeah,
miles
he made some. I was like, really?
for
Dude?
Starbucks.
I know. Come on, man. So like,
There's 3 within a mile of
I
here.
know, but
Probably more than that.
But
honestly.
I kind of believed him because I was like, well, that's the airport one, that's closed. So
Right.
so I get to the hotel, and right when I get to the hotel, I see in the big lobby there's a coffee place over there, and so I was like, oh, let me go get a coffee. But it was like the crushed ice, and I wanted like just 2 shots of espresso over ice. Well, because it was crushed ice,
It
and
just melted instantly.
yeah, they filled the ice all the way to the top. You're not supposed to do that, and so it was like Palinko or something. It was like the coffee drips down and it didn't even make it to the bottom of the cup. And now
For our younger listeners, Palinko is a
Yeah.
game in The Price is Right.
yeah. So now I'm just having brown ice.
Google it.
I'm like, there's this brown ice. This is not even coffee in there. Where's the coffee? And they're like, oh, sorry. Do you want another one? I'm like, please. That'll be 407. Like, shit, you know, whatever. So I don't remember if they charged me or not. But then I go, let me just get like a little bit of ice because otherwise, you know. So that's not even the part of the story I want to tell you about. I go to check in. They gave me keys, and now we're starting. That's why now we're starting to, because I'm supposed to be in the lobby. Let's say 6:30. All right. So it's 5:30 at this point. I'm like, okay, cool. I got an hour. I can go up, shower, iron, get my clothes ready, get everything ready. So I go up to the 18th floor. I open the door. There was somebody already in the room.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
There was this black guy, and he had his shirt off, and he was ironing. And right when I opened the door, he's right there, and he goes, ooh, this could be scary. That's what he said. He goes, this could be scary. And I was like, yeah, sorry.
For the both of us.
Ugh. So I was like, damn. So I go back down, get on the elevator, get back down. Hey, there's already somebody in my room, man. This guy's ironing his clothes. And the guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? My bad, blah, blah, blah. Here's another key. So then I go to like the 14th floor. I mean, the reason I keep mentioning these floors, these elevator rides are long because people keep getting off and on. Now I'm running out of time. And I get off. I go in the room. Luckily, no one's ironing. I go to put my stuff, and I realize there's stuff all over the dresser. People's belongings are in there. There's some stuff in the. I'm like, what are they thinking? So I go back down. I go, you guys keep giving me keys to people's rooms.
Right.
I know.
Now I kind of don't want to stay here because
Yeah.
who are you going to give the key to my room?
Exactly. I mean, you know, come on, talk about technology, dipshits. Don't you have like a computer there? So then the guy's like, I'm so sorry. We're going to give you we're going to put you in a completely different wing. This won't happen. Blah blah blah. So of course you're right. I make it. I go to my room. Nobody'd been in there, and I just had to trust that nobody was going to come in. But it was like the whole.
Sure. And
Totally.
that's the downside with technology is they're making little card keys.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they actually gave you the key they had for that room.
Yes.
So they'd go to give you that room, go, oh, that key's gone.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, and now they're. Yeah, that made me feel a little leery of like, all right, you know, and.
yeah, and also
Yeah.
Tulsa's about 15 years in the past
Yeah.
as far as
There's a country
progression.
song I like, and I know you. I always. It's called "Living on Tulsa Time." I love that song. "Living on Tulsa Time." He's basically saying how the world's going
no,
too fast,
it's accurate,
and he wants to go back and live on Tulsa time.
and I do not. I like the speedy time.
Yeah, exactly.
I like, let's get stuff done.
living on LA
I like
time.
it's 2 a.m. We can go do something.
I know. If you wanted to go eat right now, you got like so many places you could go.
Sure.
You could go to fast food. You could go to a diner. You could go to like
Korean barbecue.
anything you want.
You can go to Koreatown, do some karaoke.
You could do it all. It's all out there. You don't have to like. Oh my God! When I travel, you know, as a comic getting out there on tour, sometimes, especially when I would do colleges, because like the towns are smaller and you're hungry, and they're like, "Well, Applebee's closes at 10:30 or whatever," and you're like, "Are you kidding me? Applebee's?" Sometimes we literally would have to go to like there'd be like one choice or a gas station. When I did
like IHOP.
Yeah, I did
Waffle House.
Those are the better ones. I remember one time I was in Louisiana, we had to go to a gas station. Like that was the only option. Otherwise, you could go, but you'd be driving 30 miles.
Sure.
And you're like, I got an early flight. Let's just go to the gas station and get these po' boy sandwiches. That's what they were called, po' boys.
Sure.
But, technology. So you like video games?
Yeah.
I like Uber. Here's something that's modern. That to me is modern. I did a gig and I got paid before I even did the gig, all through PayPal.
Oh yeah.
The guy goes, "Give me." He goes. Yeah. He goes, "I'm going to send you a bunch of $500," and he goes, "What's your email?" And I gave my email, and it went there, and he goes, "All right, you should get it." And we looked, boom, it was right there. And then of course you got to transfer it. But I mean, I thought, wow, there's the future. Someone's going to be able to and this is like a local gig. I didn't have to go anywhere. I'm like,
sure.
But it could even be more local in the future. You could be like, guys, want me to do a show? Send $500 to my PayPal or whatever, a certain
right. A hologram of Darren will show up on the stage.
Yeah, and you check it out. You turn on your microphone. All right, honey, let me put my shirt on, not just my boxers, And then like the thing comes on or whatever, Maybe you could do like a video message to somebody or something like that. Like it's a way to there's a thing called Patreon, which I might start doing down the road, where you give your fans like extra stuff, like secret podcasts or special video messages, or maybe you do a character and then they're able to
sure. I got a new special coming out. Here's 15 minutes of it just for my fans.
Yes, or
sneak peek.
Yes, with special shout outs or whatever it is, or a message, like, hey, I'll do a happy birthday thing as Snoop Dogg. Where what's cracking? Ooh, wait. The Digo Double G, happy birthday to, and then I'll say their name or whatever,
Right, and it's Snoop that wants it.
Yes, yeah, 'cause he's tired of it. He's like, say happy birthday to me as you doing me.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm high as giraffe balls.
That'd be great.
Is that even a thing? Giraffe? I don't know, I'm high as whatever.
Do you think it's weird that kids today only see him as a game show host?
I know. It's wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
And like you and me, remember when he was on trial for murder?
I know. Murder was the case that they gave me. I know. It's crazy. It's weird to think that like Ice Cube, I used to be afraid of Ice Cube in the 80s or whatever. Like,
sure.
Oh, he's from NWA. They sound so scary.
Right.
No Vaseline. Are you kidding me?
Right.
And now it's like, he likes family trips. Are we there yet? Ice-T.
Right.
Ice-T, I'm a cop. But 20 years ago, I'm a cop killer.
Right.
Ice-T.
It's a great world we live in, man.
Technology, man. Times are changing. Yeah, newspapers. Somebody said that they don't have the USA Todays out there anymore like they used to. Like, you have to really look for them.
Sure, or just download it.
They used to be everywhere, yeah.
Which is good. We'd be cutting down too many trees anyway. Download it.
Do you prefer paper books or books on, like, e-books?
For my news, I prefer to just get it off my phone instead of newspapers. But books, that'll strain your eyes just reading all, because I like to read for hours at a time. News, I'll take a little, oh, what's this story about?
The headline, the thing,
I like being able to research stuff on the fly.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, you know what? That's because I do like ebooks because they don't take up room, and it's like
sure.
you could. And there's something cool about
virtually have every book on the planet in your pocket.
And your books in your pocket. I like my women like I like my books from the internet. Or old school. I like my women like my books leather bound and thick. Yeah, checked out. This is stupid. Okay, so yeah. With books, the eye strain I don't like, but I do like, if like, what's that word mean? And I can just tap it, and then like the internet will tell you.
Sure.
So that's kind of cool. But I tell you, I did read a paper book the other day, and as I was reading it, I didn't know what something meant, and I had my phone right next to me, and I can do voice text and go like, "What does blah blah blah," and it'll tell you. So it's like kind of like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But you're right. I do like a
You know,
paper
it's
book.
something fun I just learned. It's technology-wise that I really enjoy, and it's really just because of my personality. I learned that Waze, I use the Waze GPS app.
Yes.
They have a feature where you can record your own directions.
Really?
So it's me giving me directions in the car.
How do you do that? Under settings, you go to settings.
Yeah, you go to the voice settings, and it says record your own, and then it gives you prompts like, let's get started, or time to go on your trip, or turn right, turn left. But you can basically record anything you want.
So you record whatever the script says. and
Right.
then-
So like whenever you start a trip and it's like, let's get started or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of that, I recorded, did you remember your phone?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, I should have my wife do it.
You
so
got your wallet on you? Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for reminding me, myself.
I should have my wife do it so I can sound and I could feel like she's yelling at me as I'm driving.
There you go.
You know, like,
A little piece of
Darren,
home with you.
slow down, Darren. Or whatever, you know. I don't really speed though, but yeah, that'd be funny. That'd
Or
be
like
cool.
the rerouting I recorded is, God damn it, you missed your turn.
rerouting. Yeah.
So that I thought that was
That's
fun.
hilarious. That's good. I like Waze is the best. Waze is great because the routes, you can choose routes like do you want to go the 50-minute version or do you want to go the 25-minute version?
Sure.
You know, and it'll take you down streets you never in your life would have thought about going down. You know,
Yeah.
good and bad. You know,
Yeah.
like I left Hollywood today. I was on Wilshire doing an audition for Volvo. I had to get to Burbank, and it took me through Outlook Canyon, and you go by Mulholland, and you're like looking at this. It's amazing up there. It's awesome. You know, but then one time I did a gig, and I had to go where the 5, the 101, and the 10 all meet, like near Boyle Heights.
Sure.
And it had me going off, and it was funny. It actually had me going.
Yeah.
It had me going through like an alley. Like I literally had to go
Right.
through an alley.
I wish I could remember the comic's name because I'm not stealing this or anything, but it was a great description of Waze.
Yeah.
And he says Waze gives you directions like you're being followed.
That's hilarious.
Wish I could remember who said it, but
Because right when I was about to go to the
It's a
alley,
great
there
joke.
was this lady I had to wait for. She was pushing a stroller, and she looked at me like, "Oh, ay Dios mío, you're going to go to the alley? Good luck." You know, she gave me that look, and I'm like, "Oh boy, like I'm just doing what Waze is telling me."
I know because the second you don't, you're screwed, man.
I know.
Have you tried to not listen to Waze
Yep,
and then you're
yep.
stuck in traffic for an hour?
because your brain is going, "There's no traffic. What am I?" You're right. You just can't
Yeah.
see it, but they know.
Yeah.
So, I remember going through the alley. No, I was fine, but it was like,
Yeah.
it was a trip. And when I came to the other side, break on through to the other side. These two dudes were walking, and they looked at me like, "What the fuck is this white guy coming through the alley?" Like I'm lost in my family
Waze,
car.
bitch.
Waze, yeah.
Excellent.
Waze is good. Uber's good. What else? Video games, technology, being able to download podcasts, reading books is good on internet stuff. What's some good like technology stuff that's like so like Fitbits are pretty cool. You know, it calculates how many steps you've done. That's
Yeah.
good.
No, medically, technology's gotten up there. There, right now, there's a group of scientists that are taking spinach leaves and washing all the cellular matter off of them, so all they have is the structure left. And then they can take stem cells, put it on that, and they can literally grow any muscle you need
Oh, it was my idea.
from your own stem cells.
I've been eating spinach before technology.
Right, but because the veins in the spinach leaf act
And then
as
they
like
cough.
regular, so it can transfuse the blood through it and all
Wow.
that. And I've watched a program on it. You literally see they made a heart muscle out of it, but it's still a spinach leaf shape at that point.
Wow.
It's beating because it's a heart muscle.
What a trip.
Yeah. So soon you won't donating or organ donations will be a thing of the past because you just get your own, which means there's no rejection once you get it. You know, it's your organ.
What a trip. That is great. That's really good.
Here's a dark statistic if you want. I don't know if we can go super dark on your pocket
Go a little-
party.
Okay.
But the year 2060 is predicted to be the year that there will be more dead profiles on Facebook than people that are alive because the profiles just stay there.
Oh shit.
I thought about that the other day because it was my mom's birthday, and so Facebook, tell her happy birthday. But she died 4 years ago, and people
Wow.
are still telling her happy birthday.
Oh. Do you people want to take down those profiles, or you just like to leave it up?
I don't know the password or anything.
Wow. I wonder if Facebook will be around in the year 2060.
I don't know.
Because MySpace isn't
It'll
around.
be Grave
really.
Book.
Yeah. It'll be what book?
Grave Book.
Grave Book. No. Damn. Oh, man. Okay, so...
Which is kind of nice because now you're immortal. Your food pictures that you've taken
from 50 years ago. You guys, check me. Yeah.
So make sure whenever you're posting stuff, guys, you want it stuff that'll be around for a while.
Here's my spinach salad, which turned into my organs.
Let's really get some standards on what we're posting out there. Because remember, your great-great-great-grandchildren will still be able to see it.
Man, this party took a turn. Welcome to the pity party.
No, I think it's still a good thing
That's
about
pretty
technology.
good.
I see it as a good thing.
Hey, let's...
It's immortality.
You know, the I like my women stuff, which I like to do. I improv with the crowd. What were you telling me when you okay, so your daughter just graduated high school, 18
Yes.
years old. And what was that thing you guys went to Taco Bell drive-through?
So Taco Bell has a new chalupa because they like to put out weird things every month as stuff. So right now they have the Naked and Wild chalupa. And so what it is, it's a chicken breast that is the shell, and then the chalupa fillings inside of that with some hot sauce or whatever that's on it. That's what makes it wild. And so we're going through the drive-through, and it's my daughter and her boyfriend. And so I tell her boyfriend, because he's driving, I'm like, okay, we're getting the chalupas, but you have to order them like this. You have to say, I want 2 chalupas. But I like my chalupas like I like my women. Naked and wild. And of course, you know, they feel uncomfortable doing it because they don't have my sense of humor. But I told him he had to because he's dating my daughter, and so he has to listen to me. So he did it, and in Oklahoma, there's 18-year-old boys working at the Taco Bell that have never even fathomed that joke, and they were so excited to hear that joke. They're like, "We are stealing that, man.
That's
That
great.
is the best thing we heard
That's
today.
awesome.
You get your chalupas for free."
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
I even let him have, like, because he said the joke. I didn't say that I said it first, or, you know, I let him have the glory.
That's great. He loved it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it gets them out of their shell. People are too uptight these days.
Gets them out of their shell, just like those chalupas. Hey, okay?
You made 6 people's day with a stupid joke.
Sometimes comedy's like that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I love doing comedy on stage, but sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's okay to, like, because that's the thing. In the beginning, when you're an open micer, you're always on. It can be annoying. So then you, like, learn, like, oh, I don't want to be that. But then some guys are too serious. You've seen comics that are like, they never crack a joke. They're always serious. It's like, dude. But when you can, like, find that line and, like, throw out some jokes here and there, like, it's the best.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, and we have a lot of dad jokes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And my daughter hates those by now because she's been listening to me for 18 years now. We can't pass the cemetery without her going, "Don't even say it. I know people are dying to get in there." I'm like,
That's hilarious.
But somebody in the car might not have heard it.
Yeah, every now and then my son will do that. Because, my son, like, I'll hit him with one, and he'll be like, really? He's giving me that really thing. Like, it's hilarious. Like, yeah. Like, oh, my gosh. We got a funny family. My wife's funny. He's oh, my gosh. I'm really lucky to have a family that's like that, man. I'm really, every now and then it just hits me, like, how did this end up like this? And it's great. I love it. You know, isn't it great that you know, the daughter, you know, she's 18 and is she going to go to college? What are you guys thinking?
No, she's going to move out here, start working for me, and we'll take it from there,
That's
see what she
great.
wants to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Get
They
her
always
in the
try to push
biz.
college, but it's like, why start out someone's
Soon
life?
she'll be on the pocket party.
That's right, the pocket party. Hey, I'm gonna open up with the cemetery joke.
We should
with
have
her.
a special episode when she gets out here.
I
'Cause
know.
She's shy as shit.
Oh yeah, she'll be
So-
a great guest.
Yeah.
Whenever
she
they're
grew
shy.
up in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Break her out of that shell.
Yeah. Every time you say shell, I keep thinking of that chalupa.
I hate to wrap this up, but
Oh.
people are waiting on me.
Oh damn it!
Some-
Can we do like I just want to hear that one story. I love it. Oh man, can you do a little bit of the canoe story? Or you got time?
I think
Or no?
I think that'll take a whole podcast for that one.
Okay,
so we
we'll
may
save
just
it.
have to do another one.
We'll save it. He was a Boy Scout. He became an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
He's got great stories, and I want to hear it. We'll have you. Well, you know what? That's what we'll do, William. You're the best. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm excited to be back on, so I'm glad we didn't get to it. So
Yeah,
Because
hell
this
yeah,
is always fun for us, man.
Yeah,
It's like
keep,
old times.
Keep that in your back pocket. The old canoe story.
We'll have to go play some tennis one day and then do a podcast afterwards.
That's great, man.
We haven't done that in a while.
Guys, thanks for listening, and I will end this segment. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming back on.
Sure.
Is there a place people can find you? Is there something you'd like to be like any social media you want to plug? Or
You
just
can
wanna,
find
or
me
should we
at,
just listen
at
to
Flappers Comedy Club most days of the week. You can go to www.flapperscomedy.com because this is my gig now. So.
Mm-hmm. That's right, man. And you guys, once again, thank you so much for listening. Do me a favor,
Unless you hate
please.
me, then don't go to Flappers.
Yeah. Go to the haha. No, if you guys can, please do me a favor and like and subscribe my podcast on iTunes. Go to YouTube, check me out on YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really, what I like is the podcast, YouTube, and Instagram. And you guys will make my day. And I want to give shout outs to people. So anytime you leave a comment, I'm going to read it and put you out here on the podcast. I really appreciate it, man. You guys are the best.
Nobody loves his fans more than Darren.
That's right.
He'll take pictures with you at
I
the
will.
Denny's. He doesn't.
I sure will. I am going to take it. Yes! I'm going to take it. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you. Bye.